In today's vlog I will tell you about our provision crane. This is a very important piece of equipment that any ship has to have in very good working condition. Hello everyone, welcome to another vlog about a seaman's life. In today's episode I will tell you about our provision crane. Currently I am on board a bulk carrier of 50,000 dead weight built in Korea in 2010. So this is a little bit old vessel, but it's still good conditions on board. We have everything that we need. For those that are here for the first time, I am an electrical officer. I work in the commercial fleet, bulk carriers, chemical tankers, product tankers, container ships, and things like that. Today is Saturday, and I have scheduled for myself to do the maintenance on the provision crane. And I thought that I should make a vlog for you guys just to tell you a little bit some technical information and some overview of the provision crane. This is very important because, like the name says, we use it to take the provisions, or whenever we have some heavy spare parts that we need to bring on board, or when we are disposing of the garbage in the port, we use the provision crane. It has the capacity of 2 tons, and it's a part hydraulic, a part electrical. The cranes that you are seeing over there in the distance, those are cranes for the cargo. They have the capacity of 30 tons. They are made by McGregor, and you need to operate 2 main generators to use one of those cranes. That involves a lot of power usage, and it is expensive, and it takes a lot of time to use such a heavy crane for provisions or small things like that. Of course, if the provision crane is out of order and you don't have spare parts on board, you will use the cargo crane, but usually we try to fix everything and we try to do the maintenance on time on the provision crane to be in good working condition, because it is very important for the vessel to have this working. As you can see for yourself, now the bosun is taking some provisions from the shore. If I remember correctly, in this particular time we were in Hamburg and we were receiving provisions. Like I said before, we use it also to dispose of the garbage in the port, and we use it to take any spare parts that we receive from the company, heavy motors and things like that. We will break our back if we had to take those by hand, and of course I try to do the proper maintenance on the provision crane. These are the limit switches. Me as an electrician, I try to make it a habit. Every Saturday I will check just a visual inspection of the provision crane. I will check the hook, I will check that it's properly secured. I will check the limit switches, that they are in good working condition, and together with the second engineer, every 3 months we will do a more extensive maintenance on the bearing, and also we will check the clearance. These are all important things that have to be done to the provision crane to be in good working condition for a very long time. Whenever you need spare parts, you just make a requisition for the company and they will secure it. And if the crew is not able to fix the problem. If there is any problem on the provision crane, you can always request shore assistance, and whenever you will arrive in a convenient port, the company will send a trained engineer to assist you with this job. But so far I have been on board for 5 months, and all the maintenance that had to be done on the provision crane was done by the crew. We did not need any shore assistance. Everybody is involved in the process of doing the maintenance here. Me as an electrician, I check the motor, I check the limit switches, I check the remote control. This type of crane also has an outside remote control, but also can be operated on local position like you have seen earlier by the bosun. This type of crane is supplied at 440 AC, and it has a capacity of 2 tons maximum load. Whenever you have some people that are not experienced with the provision crane, like I had on my previous voyage with a newly promoted bosun, when you are loading more than the maximum capacity, then you will have an overload in the electrical panel. I had some fuses blown out. I just had to tell the guy, my friend, please take care of this and try to load what is recommended by the maker. It is written very clearly on the arm of the crane, and you have to follow those instructions, otherwise you will have more problems. And luckily the guy understood the assignment, and there were no further issues after that. But anyway, the maintenance has to be done on the provision crane. It is very important for the crew, and especially me as an electrician, I have to take very good care of the limit switches. They are keeping the crane in check whenever you are loofing or hoisting, and if the arm is not secured properly, you will have big issues, especially whenever you are turning the crane. If the limit switch is not working properly, you can even hit the windows on the bridge, on the navigational bridge. I am near the bridge right now, behind me, as you can see, and if the limit switches are not doing what they are supposed to do, you can have a lot of issues, and even you can have a death among the crew members. So it is very, very important, if you come on board as an electrician or as an electrical cadet, to understand how the provision crane is working and the cranes in general, and to do the proper maintenance. It is important for the crew and for your own health. The deck department also has jobs regarding the provision crane. They have to do some chipping sometime. They have to put all the marks in place, because after a while, because of the salty air and usage in general, the paint can wear off, and for any inspection that you will have on board, it does not look great if your ship has rusty equipment. All the inspection that you will have on board will check the condition, the outside condition of your vessel, and if your crane is full of rust and it's missing big chunks of paint, then it will not be a good impression. Of course it matters. The most important thing is to have a good working condition regarding the provision crane. It has to work, it has to do the proper job, but it is better when you are in long voyages. The chief officer will organize the deck crew to do a little bit of paint job, and of course the wire has to be greased once in a while, because you can have a lot of problems with the crane if it's not greased properly. Me as an electrician, I have nothing to do with this. That is the deck department job, and the bosun together with the AB, they will grease the wires. They will also grease the wires on the cargo cranes that you are seeing over there. That is the wire. you are seeing right now with the arrow, and it looks just the same on the provision crane. On some type of provision cranes, the limit switches for hoisting, for loofing, they are electrical and they are connected on the electrical panel, and whenever you are doing the maintenance on that, you just have to switch off the power and grease the arm of the limit switch, and you just check the condition every week. But on the provision crane that we have on board this vessel, the limit switches and the gearbox are hydraulic, so they have hydraulic oil, and you have to check if there are any leakages, because if you are using the gearbox without lube oil, without hydraulic oil, then you will do a lot of damage. And as you can imagine, the spare parts are very expensive, because you cannot just use from any old equipment that you have to order from the maker. And this will, besides the fact that it will take a lot of time, because this is made in Korea and the ship, of course, is sailing around the world, it will not be near Korea. Besides the fact that it will take a long time to receive these spare parts, it will be expensive. And if you do not have a good working provision crane, like I said at the beginning of the video, you will have to use the cargo crane, and it will be a lot of headache. You have to start 2 main generators to use one of those, and maybe you are doing a cargo operation at the time. They will make the crew carry all the spare parts or all the garbage by hand. They will not stop the cargo operation just to load provision with the cargo crane. Nobody will do that. The most important thing for a ship is to take care of its cargo. So the crew will have no choice to take the provision by hand. But luckily the crew on board this vessel is very well trained. Everybody is professional in their field of work, and as you can see for yourself, the crane is working very well. There were no technical issues, and we even had the inspection from the Marshall Island, and we checked all the conditions of the provision crane, because they need a certificate once in a while that the limit switches are working properly and the emergency stop is working, and everything that regards the safety of the provision crane has to be in good working condition. That is very, very important for the safety of the crew, most of all, and for the safety of the ship. And that's about it regarding our provision crane. If you have additional questions, I wait for you in the comment section down below. Maybe you will come on board anytime soon, and this will be an important piece of information for you. Don't forget to hit that like button if you enjoyed the video, and I hope to see you next time on my future videos, and I hope you will enjoy them as much as you have enjoyed this. If you have any suggestion for my future video, I wait for you in the comment section down below. Thank you very much for your attention, and I hope you will have a wonderful day. Goodbye, see you next time.